Family Barlow Creations. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links in the description box below. What have I got going on for you for today? Yes, you are seeing me hold the tissue holder, the adorable tissue holder that I made yesterday when I went live paper crafting. In the comment section, I had a lot of questions asking if I could come up with a way to close up the sides of this so the tissue didn't show. And so once I got done online and done working, I started paper crafting and I came up with a new design closing up these sides. It's super easy to do. It's gonna take a bit more work than this one did yesterday. So if you wanna stick with this design, which is super simple and basic, I think it's just as cute, but for those of you who wanna close up the sides, I've got a design for you that I'm bringing to you today. So let's get to paper crafting on a budget. As usual, I like to start off with my base color being a solid piece of cardstock, and today I am using just a basic white, and this piece is gonna measure out at 6 3/4 by 11 inches long. For this tissue holder, there is a bit more scoring involved and cutting some pieces away, but if you stick with me, it's still pretty easy. We're gonna start off by scoring on the long side of our paper, which is the 11-inch side, and we're gonna score at a 1/2 inch. Now these measurements are the same as yesterday on this side. So it was a 1/2 inch. We're gonna go with 3 inches, again at 4 inches. And lastly, on this side, we're gonna end at 6 1/2. Then we're gonna rotate to the short side, which is the 6 3/4 inch side. We're gonna score at a 1/2 inch. Again at 1 1/2 inches. And 5 3/4 inches. And that is it. I needed to change my background because my camera kept going blurry because there was just too much white with the paper and the background, and so now my camera can focus with the black background, and I think it'll be a bit easier for you to see. So you should be left with this. There are several scoring lines and boxes here, but don't let that intimidate you. Don't let that be confusing to you, because I'm gonna walk with you step by step through what pieces to cut off and what pieces to keep. What I like to reference as my reference points are these 1/2 inch scoring lines. When you have a scoring line, typically that's a 1/2 inch from an edge. That should be your reference point, because that's the point that, or that's the edge, I should say, that you're gonna use to close up your box. And so we've got a 1/2 inch scoring line on this side and a 1/2 inch scoring line on the 11 inch side. On the 6 3/4 inch side, that 1/2 inch scoring line, I'm gonna face it down away from me. So I've got the 1/2 inch scoring line on this side, and we're gonna cut away some pieces now. You've got this big square up here. That's this part of our tissue box. So we need to cut away the sides of it just so we have this piece. And so to do that, we're gonna cut away 1, 2, 3 boxes here, and they're the longer boxes. So we've cut away that one side. Now we're gonna cut this side away. So we should be left with this, which is now this. And so this bottom section here is going to be the box. And on this side where all the scoring lines are, these are the pieces that we need to close up the box, but there are some pieces that need to be cut away. We've got the 1/2 inch scoring line here, our reference point here, and there is no 1/2 inch on this side. We've got this one small 1/2 inch scoring box. We're gonna cut that away. After we cut this piece away, we've got a scoring line here and a scoring line here. We're gonna cut slits on these scoring lines. And I'm gonna taper in my edges just to give me a cleaner fold here. Now on this side here, we've got that 1/2 inch scoring line. We're gonna keep this 1/2 inch scoring section, but we're gonna cut away this one and this one. We've still got this 1/2 inch scoring section, but we've got this small little 1/2 inch box here. We're gonna cut that box away. And then you'll see that we have a scoring line here and a scoring line here. We need to cut slits in those because that's gonna allow us again to do what we did here to close up our box. These two sections here are the sections that are gonna close up the side of our box, just like this one is down here. So we've got this 1/2 inch scoring box here. We're gonna cut a slit right along the scoring line there. And once you've done that, you're gonna have this tab here. We're gonna cut this tab in half, making it just a bit smaller. And then I'm gonna taper in the sides just a bit. So this is the tab that we just cut in half. We've got this tab over here. We're gonna cut this one in half this way as well. So we've got these two shorter tabs here. And that is all that there is to cutting now. We're gonna fold in all of our scoring lines using our bone folder to get those nice flat creases. I'm gonna take my corner rounder, and on this top part, which would be the top of my tissue box, you don't have to do this, I just want to. I'm gonna go ahead and round my corners. And on this 1/2 inch flap here on the side, I'm gonna round those corners as well. Now it's time to embellish this before we put it together. The paper that I'm using today came out of this plaid and gingham paper stack. There's 180 sheets in this. By recollections, you can get this at Michael's. This stack I just love. It's got so many fun colors, and I am all about plaid and gingham. So when I saw it for $10, I definitely had to pick this up. I've had it for a few months now, and I've done a couple DIYs using it. This yellow gingham I used for the Tic Tac with the monkeys. It's just a fun stack, and so I am using it today. And the decorative pieces that you will need for this box today, they measure out at 1 by 3 1/4 by 4 inches, 1 at 2 1/4 by 4 inches, and 1 that is 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches long. And on the bigger one that is 3 1/4 inches by 4, I'm gonna go ahead and round 2 of the corners on the long side, the 4-inch side. Once we've got this piece on, we're gonna flip it over to the back side, and on this bottom piece where our closing tab is, I'm gonna place the 2 1/4 inch piece. And lastly, the 3 1/4 inch piece. For this bottom piece, we need to put a hole in it. So I'm gonna use the same trick that I used yesterday by placing a circle that I punched with my circle punch already to get an idea of where exactly I want my hole to be so it's not off center. Now, if you don't have a circle punch, you can use a compass that you can get at the Dollar Tree and just set it to a 2-inch circle, and you can go ahead and make your circle this way. and then just use an X-Acto knife to cut it out. You don't have to have this fancy tool. This is a tool that I have because I make a lot of my own tags, and I use round gift tags when I make them. And so just by placing that, you can see that I can see my circle in there. And you do need to fold back your 1/2-inch tab, and it will cut a piece out of it, but don't worry about that. That's not a big deal. You've got your closing tab on this side that has the 1/2-inch scoring, and then you've got, this is gonna be the bottom of our box that we're not gonna open. That's just gonna stay shut. And on these 2 tabs here, not this one, I'm gonna fold them in, and I'm gonna add some adhesive right along that scoring edge. Now we're gonna fold in this 1/2-inch piece and place some adhesive right along that edge as well. Now we're gonna close up our box, and you're gonna see just how easily this box closes up and comes together. There we go. And now the top here, if we just pull up the top where we put the adhesive on that 1/2-inch piece. Now, if you want to add some decorative paper to the sides and the flap here, you're going to need 2 pieces that measure out at 3/4 of an inch long by 2 1/4 inches wide. And you can see that we can very easily close our box. And so now we've got a completely enclosed tissue box. Yay for that. Now to embellish this, I am going to be using these adorable stickers by Crafter's Square that I have been looking for an excuse to use because I am obsessed with this whole 50s retro kitchen look. And so just because this is a tissue holder doesn't mean that it can't have kitchen stuff on it. I think it's gonna look adorable. And so I am going to use the adorable apron. And I think I'm going to place it right along the side, letting some of the ribbon hang off. I think that'll be cute. Okay, it totally is. I was thinking about adding the flower. Or should we add, I know I want to add the rolling pin right to the front here. I thought that that would be super cute. To add the rolling pin there, the spoon, and the whisk. I think would be fun. Oh yeah, that's super cute. I'm happy with that. Okay, look at how stinking cute that is. Oh my goodness, I love that. Those stickers are just, oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with those. I am totally obsessed with these. I absolutely love these tissue holders. And again, I wanna make these for everybody. Who wants one? Because I need to make them and give them away because they're so easy to make. So here we've got 2 adorable tissue holders. We've got one that has the tissue completely enclosed, and we've got this one here that is just a super basic, easy paper crafting DIY that really has no cutting away except for the circle in the middle. And so it really is your choice, but I like them both. I think that this one, it gives it a more finished look, and this one is just as fun as well. And thank you for those of you who requested a box where it was closed in, because I always like coming up with new designs, and this one definitely, I think, has the more finished look, and I'm super happy with it, so thank you. How cute is that? This box is so cute. It's such a fun DIY, and it's just little thoughtful items like that. I think that people need this time of year, especially this year, because this has been a really rough year. And I feel like the holidays aren't gonna be the same, but we can do our best to make them the same. And I feel like just doing small little things like this, it kind of helps put a smile on people's face. I hope you all enjoyed today's paper crafting DIY. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get this video to 5,000 likes, because like I always say, each and every one of your thumbs up and those comments that you leave down below, They really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. And if you want to see more of these budget-friendly, easy-to-do paper crafting DIYs, you gotta leave me a comment in the comments below because I go off of your feedback. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy paper crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive and